Namaste and blessings to everyone. Thank you for your presence. We will begin this morning practicing yoga for reverence. I believe that our salvation from mortal suffering lies in our attunement to and reverence for the Supreme Consciousness, or God, for short. Ishvara pranidhana is the spiritual act of surrendering the self fully to the divine and trusting the wisdom of the divine to guide our life and actions. Dharma is our duty to God to follow the path of righteousness, obey God's commandments, and help maintain order in a chaotic universe. Karma refers to the totality of our actions and their consequences in this and previous lives, all of which determine our future. The conquest of karma lies in selfless action and dispassionate reaction. Karma, it is said, accumulates when we are motivated in our actions by a selfish ego or expect reward with a sense of entitlement. However, no karma is added to our burden if we surrender the fruits of our actions to the Lord God. A living person, it is said, cannot attain moksha, or liberation, from the cycle of birth and death until the accumulated karmas from this and previous incarnations are completely exhausted. In Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, Ishvara pranidhana means committing one's life and one's yoga practice to the Lord. Yoga, motivated by devotion and reverence, becomes a refuge from suffering and the cycle of rebirth. We will practice asana while making each pose an offering to the Supreme God, with respect to the Holy Spirit within each of us. We'll now invoke Spirit of God with reverence to create sacred space and time. We're going to be chanting Hari Om Tat Sat. This mantra represents the unmanifest and absolute reality of God. Hari is the supreme divine being who removes darkness and illusion and takes away all sorrow and helps us to flourish. Om is the name of the one God who is invoked at the start of every activity. Tat means everything. Everything belongs to God. Keeping that in mind, those seeking liberation selflessly do the ritual offerings, perform austerities, and give to charity without desiring any fruits of those actions. Sat represents all the actions and duties that are performed with truthfulness and righteousness. Hari Om Tat Sat. Let's bring our hands into Anjali Mudra. Take a deep breath in, and together repeat the mantra Hari Om Tat Sat. And again Hari Om Tat Sat. And one more time. Hari Om Tat Sat. We bow to this Lord God, this Ishvara, the Lord of the yogis, and offer up this practice in the gesture of giving, Pushpanjali Mudra. We open the palms face up, spread the fingers, and from the heart, give out and surrender this fruits of our actions. Offer up our practice to the highest purpose fulfilling Dharma without incurring karma. And now, let's take a few deep breaths, filling the lungs with reverence, respect, and awe, and letting go of any entitlement, expectations, or disdain. Remember this sense of reverence and embody it in every pose, making these an offering. We'll come forward onto hands and knees, come into child's pose. Separate the knees and gently push the hips back towards the heels. Bow the head forward, surrendering, offering down with the head below the heart. A gesture of reverence, a symbol of deference, respect. Now bending the elbows, bring palms together, Anjali Mudra, lift the palms up towards the sky, perhaps even placing the palms, the base of the palms behind the head. You can use that as resistance to press the head up and stretch the back of the neck. And release the prayer hands down. Lift the hips up and walk the hands out in front. Come into puppy dog on Hatha asana. Bow the heart down while pressing the palms and fingers down so the armpits lift up and the collarbones stay wide and spacious. And walk the hands back under the shoulders. And we'll lift all the way up to standing. Walk it forward. Rise up slowly. Lift the arms. Bring palms touching. And then draw the hands down to the heart. Every pose an offering. Pushpanjali Mudra, giving it away. Now, soften the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, lift up the heart, and on the exhale, press the palms down the center. Raise up on the inhale, press down on the exhale. Great, you're doing fine. Take a few more big breaths, as big as the sun. And rest, bring the arms to the sides, relax. Bend the knees, bring the hands to the thighs. Inhale, arch the back, lifting the sitting bones, lifting the eyes. And on the exhale, look down, round the back, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, arch, look up, and exhale, round and look down. And bend the knees, bring the hands down to the ankles, walk the knees as possible. And inhale up halfway, hands to knees, roll the shoulders back, bend the knees. On the exhale, fold forward, straighten the knees, bow the head. Again, lift halfway on the inhale, soften the knees, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, pull navel in, tip forward, lengthen. Another deep breath. On the next inhale, lift all the way up, tall, lift the arms, open the heart. And exhale, hands to the heart. Remembering this is an offering and bowing the head to the heart. Now, I'll step to the back of the mat. Okay. And so we're going to practice a full pranam, full prostration onto the mat. And I would see this being done a lot in Dharamshala at the main Tibetan temple. There would be people who are doing these prostration pranams over and over and over again, so much so that they would have a polished plank of wood that they could just slide out and back on. But we have sticky mats, so it'll be a little harder for us to slide. But this is how it goes. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, bow forward, bend the knees, and walk the hands out in front of you, coming all the way down. Knees, hips, chest, chin, and then extending the arms overhead so they're flat. And then reversing that. Bring the hands back under the shoulders, push up to table. Walk the hands back to the feet. And inhale, lift up and stand. Back to our starting point. That's it. Now think about doing 108 of those. We're not going to do those, don't worry. Save that for Monday with the solstice. But here, let's do 2 more, so have a nice experience of it. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward. Lower knees, hips, chest, chin, and arms extend out, legs straight behind. Think about what we're doing, making this offering, and then reverse it. Lift the chest up, walk the hands back. Come back to stand with your inhale, lift it up. And exhale, release down. And one more. Inhale, sweep it up. The best one of all. Gently, slowly folding forward and walking out with the hands. Respectfully, reverently, we extend the arms. And then reverse the process. Lift back up. Walk the hands back. And return to Tadasana. Exhale, rest, and release the arms. Now I'm going to do wide leg forward bend. I'm going to take a wide stance here. Maybe I can turn more to the camera or something this way. Take a wide stance, bend, and straighten one knee at a time. Just glide from side to side. And bring the hands down to the earth, under the shoulders, the knees bent. Take the right arm, sweep it out to the side, and look out to the hand. Keep the hand in front of the shoulder, don't take it behind the back. Keep the palm pressing down, the armpit lifting up. And twist from the heart. If you need to bend the left knee more, or try straightening the legs. And switching, bring the right hand down, Bend the right knee and sweep the left arm out to the side. Gradually, and over a series of breaths, continue to open the heart. Nice, Fran. You've got a good form. Good, strong, straight legs now. Last breath. Release the left hand down. Excellent. Come all the way up to stand. Step forward to the front of the mat. Okay. Next, we'll practice the Fearless Heart Namaskar. In this, we inhale, lift the arms, arch back. And exhale, fold forward, step the right foot back, lower the right knee down. Press down through the back leg, press down through the front leg, lift the arms. And exhale, release, hands down, step the left foot back to downward dog. Inhale, shoulders forward, high plank. Exhale, knees down, hips, chest, and chin. Inhale, curl it up to cobra. Swaying cobra. Slithering sinuously. So the whole spine can move, each vertebrae. And then release it down. Inhale, push up to table. Press back to down dog. Lift the right foot up. Inhale, extend. And exhale, step the right foot through. Left knee down. Inhale, lift the arms. It can take as long as you need to set up the pose. Enjoy a deep breath. And when you're ready, release, hands down to the mat. Step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold over straight legs. Soften the knees to come up. Inhale, lift the arms. Excellent. And exhale, rest the arms. Looking great with those. Really good. Do the other side to initiate. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale, slowly, carefully, with reverence, bow forward. Step the left foot back first. And lower the left knee down. Now the arms lift. From the rooting of the foundation, muscular energy in the legs, you can rise up out of the hips, lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the neck, and slowly release. Step right foot back to downward dog. And inhale, shoulders forward, knees down, hips, chest, and chin. Roll it out. Then inhale, cobra. Have a little fun with your cobra. Maybe slither side to side. Curl it back. And then release down. Exhale. Inhale, push up to table. And exhale, press back to downward dog. Now we're lifting left leg up. And step left foot through. Lower the right knee down. Ground through the legs with muscular energy. Then inhale, lift the arms. Enjoy that deep breath, full of reverence. And exhale, release, hands to the mat. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. And exhale, fold over straight legs. Soften knees, inhale, lift arms, look up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Rest the arms at your side. Okay. Now I'd like to practice a warrior one. Stepping right foot back, Virabhadrasana. And find a place where that right heel can really stay anchored, and turn the outer right hip forward. Pull the left hip crease back. You can feel with your hands when your hips are facing forward. Then power through the back leg. Engage inner thigh. Press the inner thigh towards the back of your mat. You'll start to feel stretch down the calf, maybe even through the psoas muscle in the right hip. And bring the arms forward at an angle so you can continue lengthening both sides of the body. Pulling navel to spine, lengthen the tailbone down as the thumbs stretch up and forward. Inhale, lift the shoulders higher, start to look up, but keep the spaciousness in the lower back, the extension through the back thigh. Each inhale, lengthen through the side body, and exhale, engage core strength. The bees are loving this clover. Lucky for them, it wasn't mowed. And release the hands behind, holding to the hips or clasping the hands behind the back for a humble warrior. We're going to bow forward, hinge at the hips, lifting the knuckles up without tensing up the neck or shoulders. Release the hands down and step right foot forward, inhaling halfway up, and exhale, folding again, straightening the legs. Inhale, lifting all the way, arms overhead, palms touch. And exhale, hands to the heart, bowing the head in humble reverence. I'll step the left foot back for warrior one. See what we can offer on this side. Really ground and anchor through the back heel. Bend the front knee as much as you feel comfortable. And then use the hands to help feel where the hips are facing, aligning the left hip forward, right hip crease back. And then holding that alignment with core strength, pulling navel to backbone. Hug muscles to the bone. Reach the arms out and overhead. And draw the shoulder blades down into the back. Lengthening through the back heel as much as you're reaching up through the back of the thumbs. Breathe into the kidneys, into the back side of the body. And slowly rise taller with each breath. Getting more stretch through each breath. Inhale, lengthening the side body. Exhale, staying steady with muscular energy. Now, humble warrior. We clasp hands or hold the hips so that we can fold forward. Lift the knuckles if they're clasped. And continue to use the back leg releasing hands, step the left foot forward, and exhale, fold. Soften knees, inhale, lift the arms, and touch the palms. Exhale, hands to the sides, resting. Just absorbing this feeling of giving away the poses, giving away the effort. It lightens the heart, releases any burdens. It's a refuge from suffering. Now, let's practice warrior two. Stepping right foot back. Open the right toes 90 degrees. Bend the left knee. And if the knee is going in front of the ankle, it means you need to lengthen your stance a little more. Bring awareness, maybe looking at your feet, and then awareness to the hips. So we're taking this right hip crease back, but not letting the left knee cave in. So we need a broadening, a widening in the front of the pelvis, and more muscular energy in the buttocks here in the lower back. So we're engaging the glutes. Now open the arm, shoulder height. And temptation, the natural inclination is to go forward over the front hip. So try and feel a balance of reaching back as much as you're reaching forward. You might have to go back and forth a few times until you reach that equilibrium. When you recognize you have, stay with the pose. Fill it with beautiful breaths. So it's a worthy gift, worthy offering. And we'll reverse this, bring the left palm up. And take it over into side angle. Bring the left elbow onto the left thigh. And now lift the right arm. Reach it forward over the ear. Inhale, draw the right armpit back. Tuck the left hip under. And then extend from pressing down in the back foot to extending out through that pinky of the right hand. Now looking down, bring the hands to the earth. Keep the left knee bent. And then start to walk the fingertips diagonally out and away, spiraling the inner thighs back and apart. Just as you would in downward dog. Melting the heart down, keeping the armpits lifted. How's that left thigh feeling? You have a little more in you. We're going to walk the left hand over to the left foot and inside the foot, or some prefer outside the foot, lifting back to a side angle. The right arm up to the sky. This is where it can be tricky, tucking that left hip under. So use lots of thigh muscles, lift up through the pelvic floor, and then extend out over. Release, hands down to the mat. Step left foot back. Downward dog. Inhale, shoulders forward, high plank. And exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now, step the right foot through. Turn the left toes out for warrior two. Yes, we're getting sunshine. This is incredibly beautiful now. So work on lengthening your stance, aligning the feet, aligning the hips. And then using muscular energy to keep the front of the hips open, the back of the buttocks engaged. Lengthen the tailbone down, crown of the head up. Bend the right knee so we come into warrior. And mindful you're not reaching forward too much with that right hand. You can reach back with the left until you find a balance point where the head and shoulders are directly over the hips. Breathe beauty, reverence, respect, even sense of awe. Like when you look up and you see all the Milky Way stars, it's awesome. Or you see an incredible sunset and you think, oh, God's just showing off now. Let's reverse the warrior, right palms up. And now to side angle pose, the right elbow on the right thigh. Lift the left arm, integrate the arm into the shoulders and the shoulder blade onto the back. Think about drawing the left armpit up and back and tucking the right hip under. To deepen this, let's bring the hands down and we'll walk those hands out diagonally. Keep bending the right knee. You can walk the left foot back even farther if you need to reach the mat. It's a very extended lunge. Anytime you can rest, bring the back knee down or continue into your full side angle pose. Right hand inside the right foot or outside and extending the left arm. First, just reach to the sky with the left arm. Integrate the arm, shoulder, then take the arm forward. Use the resistance of the arm against the knee to help tuck that right sitting bone under even more. And then release the hands. Step the right foot back to downward dog. Well, we're working up quite a sweat here in the sun. This is a beautiful day. Inhale, shoulders forward, high plank, and exhale to low plank. Inhale to upward dog. Glad I'm not doing 108 of these. And exhale to downward dog. Breathing in the pose, keeping the reverence, keeping the respect. And we're going to step or hop forward to the hands. Fold again, exhaling. And rise as you inhale. Tadasana. Hands to the side. And next, we're going to practice the warrior salute. So we're starting near the front of the mat. Cooling down for a breath. Hands in Anjali Mudra, the descent of grace into our heart, filling us with divine light. And we'll start by stepping the right foot back, warrior one, bend the left knee, then open the fingertips into Padma Mudra, like you're holding this beautiful gift, and offer it up. Offer up this gift of mudra, asana, for whatever blessings are needed in your life. Now bring hands over the heart, interlace the fingers, Vajra Padma Mudra. Step back more with the right foot, open the hips, warrior two. This symbolizes trust. Trust in the divine. And use that trust to open the arms, reach out and deepen the pose. Now courage mudra. Bring the hands forward. First fingers are together, other fingers are interlaced. Spin up on the ball of the back foot. Now it takes courage to surrender to the Lord. So we're going to lift up this courage and slowly bow forward, offering it up. Warrior three, transition down to low lunge. Lower the back knee down. Lift the right hand, Abhaya Mudra, fearlessness. Ground through the legs, pulling left heel under, pressing forward with the right knee. And then you're going to lift up that right hand, lengthen the spine, even the back of the neck stays long as you arch back, a little back bend. Fearlessly into the unknown. And release, looking down, Bhumi-sparsha mudra, all 5 fingertips on the earth, and bowing the head, symbolizing the reverence, respect, and humility. Inhale, step right foot forward to meet the left. And exhale, fold over straight legs, bowing the head below the heart. And then rise as you inhale, stand up with the arms lifting, palms touching, relaxing, hands to your side. And just rest for a breath there. And we'll begin the other side. Step left foot back, warrior 1. Bend the right knee. When the feet are grounded, create that lotus mudra, Padma. Offer it up. Invoke the blessings of the universe into your life. The refuge from suffering. And then hands over the heart in Vajra Padma Mudra, trust. Vajra means diamond-like or indestructible. The trust you have in God is something that's imperishable, indestructible, like diamond, last forever. Deep in that warrior 2 pose. And then bring the left hand forward for courage mudra, Vira. Spin up on the ball of the back foot. Lift up your courage. Lift up your heart. You've got this. And then trustfully surrender to the Lord. Lift the back leg, balancing, breathing, and lowering the back foot. Gently lower the back knee to low lunge. Left hand Abhaya Mudra, fearless. We fearlessly follow our Dharma as we lift the heart, lengthen side body, extend that left arm, and gently arch back. And releasing the left hand down to the earth, all 5 fingertips in Bhumi-sparsha mudra, and bowing the head below the heart in reverence and respect, awe, humility. Inhale, lift up, and step left foot forward to meet the right. And exhale, fold over straight legs. Soften the knees. Inhale, lift the arms. Hooray! We're resting the arms now. Just respecting the body, giving it time to rest, breathe, and feel what it's like doing the asanas and giving them away. All right. I'd like for us to come to a squat. So you can widen the feet more than the mat, turn the toes out, and begin to squat with the hips below the knees. The heels may come up. You may have to kind of wiggle a little side to side, work out any kinks. Okay. Now, if you're comfortable, lift the hands and press the knees against the outer elbows. The elbows are resisting back out against the knees to help lift and widen the chest and draw the shoulder blades down the back. If you feel inclined to offer arm balance or headstand to the divine, be my guest. You would do something like crow pose here, leaning forward on the backs of the elbows, trying to lift the toes. Okay. Or maybe you're going to press into headstand. Not because the ego tells you to, but because you want to make your best offering. And coming out, I can go back to crow and squat and rest down on the knees into child's pose. Take a breather in child's pose. Again, lifting the hands up over the back of the head in prayer. Now we'll come around to seated. Extend the legs forward. All right, we'd want to do Janu Shirshasana, bending the right knee to the side, right foot against the left thigh. Move the buttocks back, sitting bones wide, and press the fingertips behind you to help lift the chest up and draw the shoulder blades back and in. And turn to face towards the left leg. It'll involve twisting the navel and shoulders a little bit to the left. And you can hold that twist by crossing the right hand to the outside of that left knee or thigh. You're going to start to fold forward over the left hip. Squeeze the kneecap. Use the quadricep to protect the knee joint. And over a series of breaths, begin to bow forward over the left hip, using deep breaths. However you want to arrange your hands, that you can keep, your shoulders level, the arm bones lifting up into the shoulder sockets, and the shoulder blades sliding down into the back. The bigger your breath, the greater the offering in the pose. Huge breath makes a splendid offering. And last breath, stretching to your limit. And rising up with the inhale, switch the legs. Right leg's extended and left knee's bent. Build your pose from the foundation where you're connecting to the earth, sitting bones in the backs of the legs, and then refine the alignment in the head, neck, and trunk, finding good extension through the spine and no collapsing into the hips or into the chest. So inner body bright, shoulders broad, neck long and swan-like even. Fold forward as your breath takes you, as your breath leads you. Some like to cross that left hand to the outside of the leg to assist with the alignment coming forward. Often I use that right hand like an outrigger to the side. And each time I exhale, I'm squeezing muscles to the bone, tightening the kneecaps, flexing the ankle. So very powerful muscular energy goes into stretching so that it's a safe stretch. It's respectful of the body, of the light within us. And finally, that last breath, best one. Inhale, lift, and release. How are we looking here? Some time? It's good. So stretch out both legs to a wide angle. Flex the ankles. Move the sitting bones back. Flesh out of the buttocks out of the way. And we're on the front edge of the sitting bones. We're pressing down through the inner edges of the thighs and calves. Using that grounding energy of muscles in the legs to help lift and extend the spine up and out of the waist, out and over the hips, and eventually tiptoeing the fingertips forward as you bow. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, bow and surrender. Each inhale, filling yourself with spirit, and exhale, offering the pose, offering the experience back to spirit. Sharing that physical experience with the soul. And now lifting up, release the stretch. Okay, and let's get down to one counter stretch here, upward facing table. We've done a lot of bowing, forward bend, so here's a counter stretch. Hands are behind the hips, the feet parallel, and as you press the feet and hands down, you can lift the sides of the hips up. Draw the shoulder blades in under the back, and pull the heels back towards the fingers. Make it a worthy offering, filled with reverence. Last big breath that you can rest and lower back down. And rest on your back. Begin to hug the knees into the chest. Let your head rest on the mat. And playfully explore some movement, rocking, circling, whatever feels good in your body. And separating the knees and drawing knees towards the armpits, either holding the shins or the ankles. Some hold the feet for our happy baby. And who couldn't be happy on a beautiful sunny day outside and hear the birds singing and the dogs barking? And any way you want to finish, and plow or whatever feels right. And play for another minute or so, or begin to find your way into Shavasana. There's no hurry. Make sure you can wiggle and stretch each part of your body that wants, needs, or desires. And when you're satisfied in your body that you've stretched enough, you can walk the feet out and widen the legs, widen the arms, and turn the palms face up. Surrendering now into the trustful, steady embrace of the earth. As we trustfully surrender to God and follow Ishvara pranidhana. Just feeling this wonderful relaxation spreading through the body, and gradually becoming more and more calm and comfortable, satisfied and happy, peaceful and serene. You've used your body well to make beautiful offerings. And now, out of respect for the divine, the light within, you're giving your body the rest it needs and deserves, while at the same time letting your mind rest from its mental effort. Just allowing it to float and be as lazy as you could possibly want to be. You had no cares, no responsibilities, no worries of any kind. You offered them all up to the Lord, so you're free of them. There's no burden at all when you offer everything to the Lord. Now begin to deepen your breath and stretch, move, and awaken your body. And in due time, we roll over to your right side in a fetal position and observe with the waking mind how you're feeling. And slowly sit back again, Sukhasana pose or any comfortable seated pose. And we'll end once more with the mantra Hari Om Tat Sat one more time. Inhaling. Hari Om Tat Sat. I bow to the divine in you. Namaste.